Hey, welcome back to Better Than Good Barbecue, the backyard cooking show for the average Joe. Today we're going to be making a spatchcock chicken. This thing was on sale, a whole chicken, for about $4 at my local Kroger, and I just knew I wanted to make a spatchcock chicken. That's basically where you go in there and you cut out the backbone or the spine of the chicken, and then you lay it down flat on the grill and cook it up, and the skin gets all crispy and it's just really good. A little bit of rub that I made on there, a little sweet heat, great on chicken. Let me take you all inside and show you how I cut the backbone out and get this thing prepped up for the Weber grill. Alright, as I mentioned before, spatchcock chicken basically means you just take a pair of kitchen shears and you cut this backbone out right here. So you're going to cut along either side. Make sure you have a good pair of these, and so the breast is right there. Just flip it over and go on either side. You can kind of tell where the spine is right here, and you just start cutting. And if you got a good pair of kitchen shears, they'll go right through all that bone. It'll be a little tough to cut, but not so hard that you can't do it. There, I'm all the way through on that side, and then just come back and make the same cut right over there. And that's what you're left with. It just comes right out. Kind of discard that, and what you want to do is you want to take this, flip it over at this point, kind of spread it out, and then what you want to do is press right here to kind of break this bone, this groove right here. You want it to flatten out so that it cooks nice and evenly. So I'm just going to go ahead and press. Hear that pop? Now she's sitting nice and flat. That's just how we're going to put her on the smoker. Let me get her seasoned up. I'll show you how I do that. Got to wash my hands first. Alright, first thing you want to do when you go to season this up is get you some paper towels and get all that chicken juice off the skin. What that's going to do is it's going to allow us to get olive oil on there evenly, and that olive oil is actually a fat, and it's going to help crisp up this skin. But if you leave it wet, it's going to soak into the skin, and it's not going to get the effect that we really want when we go to spatchcock this and cook it at high heat. Show you how we season it up real quick. I'm gonna wash my hands again just because I'm a little bit crazy about that, so I'll be right back. Alright, this is how I season it up. With your clean hand, get you some olive oil. Here, let me show you that. And just drizzle it all over. And then with a dirty hand, go ahead and rub it all over. Get it nice and evenly coated, and what that's gonna do is help all the rubs stick. And it's also gonna, like I mentioned earlier, act as actually a fat that's gonna help crisp this skin up, give it some good color and texture as well. And then what you want to do is go in here and separate that membrane right there from the breasts, and get your fingers worked in there underneath on both sides. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Usually I do too, but you get that separated and get your hand worked all the way down in there, all the way to the thighs and the drumstick. And you want to do that to both sides. Get it good and separated so that we can get rub down in there. You want to season your meat. You don't just want to season the skin on this chicken because all the good flavors down in there, right down in there. So what I do first is I start on the inside so that we can keep the outside looking pretty, but I go in there and I just hit it with some rub. Here, let me try to get it to where you can see what I'm doing on the camera. But I just throw some rub down in there, and this is a rub that I made. It's a sweet heat rub. It's got sriracha and brown sugar. Once you get the rub down in there, just get your dirty hand and rub it all over the meat and work it down towards the thighs. Move some of that rub around and work it all down in there, and make sure you're coating everything so that you're seasoning the parts that you're actually going to be eating. Get it on both sides. Once you got that good and coated, now you're ready to go on to the skin side. And what I like to do first actually is flip this guy over, and I like to hit rub on this bottom side. Now I think that it just adds some good flavor. You can see some of the meat is exposed right around here, so I believe it penetrates a little bit We're gonna let this chicken hang out for about 15 minutes while we get the grill good and hot, but I like to season that underside, flip it back over, and kind of position it like you would on the grill, and then go in here and season your skin side. That's ready for the grill. We're gonna let it hang out for about 15-20 minutes while we get the coals hot. I'll take y'all back outside and show you how I got the grill set up. Basically got indirect heat, so I got all my coals on this side. The chicken's gonna go right here when it's time to bring it out. But let me go ahead and flip this top up. Whoops. There we go, stay right there. And I got a chunk of apple wood. Just one chunk, doesn't take much. I'm just gonna throw it right there. Let that catch, let the grill heat up, and then I'll bring y'all right back out when it's time to put the chicken on. We got the grill preheated. The wood has caught, so go ahead and take this lid off. Oh yeah, that's smoked up good. Grab the chicken real quick. And you just take your chicken and lay it right down there on the cool side. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn them around and put the dark meat towards the flame. Almost forgot. And how she sits is how she's gonna cook. So I'm gonna let her roll like that. Now what that's gonna do is the heat is gonna come up and hit that dome and then travel straight down and hit the skin and crisp everything up and cook the meat. I'm gonna go ahead and get the lid on and come back and check on it here in about 1 hour. All right, that's what she looks like after about 1 hour and 20 minutes on the grill, a little over an hour. The skin is crisped up. The internal temperature is just over 165 degrees in the breast. And I mean, at this point, it's time to pull it off and let it rest for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll cut into it and see how we did. I'll bring y'all right back. All right, we've had the chicken resting for about 15-20 minutes, fresh off the grill. And this is the result. I know y'all saw the color of it whenever I lifted the lid on the grill, but look at that. This skin is just crispy, it's darkened up, looks delicious. So, I mean, I guess I need to cut into it and see how we did, all right? Let me show you how I cut into these chickens after I spatchcock them and quarter them up basically and get them ready to serve. So basically just come in here and follow this line right here. Well, actually, I guess first off, get rid of that wing. Well, don't get rid of it, but set it to the side. And then just come in here and cut right there, and you'll be able to separate that chicken quarter basically. And then it just slides off over there. Come over here and get that wing over there. Do the same thing. Just comes right off. And then you're left with the breasts, the wings, the thighs, and the drumsticks. And this looks like some great chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into the breast and we'll see how it looks. Oh man. Let me get a little slice out of here. Woo, it's hot. Look at that right there. There's juice all over that cutting board. I'm gonna lift it towards y'all, but man, look at that. That is juicy. It looks flavorful. I'm excited. The smell, my God. I know everybody, whenever they're filming anything that they're cooking or you got food in front of you, they say, I wish you could smell this. Well, I really do wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good. That applewood smoke penetrated the chicken just enough. It only took a little chunk in there in the Weber Kettle, and it just is giving off this aroma that's so good. And I guess, you know, let's go ahead and eat it and see how we did. Man, that rub, when we went in there earlier and got that skin lifted up like that and we put that rub all in there, look at that. I don't need to tell y'all, I can show y'all. When we got that rub put all over that chicken breast and all over these thighs, and it penetrates that meat, it soaks in there when you let it sit there for a little bit. Gives it such a good flavor. Don't skip that step. Please don't just season the skin of your chicken. Be sure you get it all over here. Man, that is so flavorful. It doesn't matter what grill you're cooking on, whether it's a Weber Kettle or any other type of grill. As long as you set it up for a 2-zone fire, you got the heat on one side and the meat on the other, it'll turn out just like this every time. Be sure you season it up. Be sure to dry it off whenever you get ready to season it and get that skin good and dry. Put that olive oil on there, get that fat on there so it crisps up. Man, this is a great recipe. I really hope y'all give this a try. And you can use whatever barbecue rub you like. I happen to make my own, but if you got one that's your favorite, go ahead and throw it on there. It'll turn out just the same. It'll be a great bird. I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you like what I'm doing here, hit that like button, hit subscribe. See me on my next video. I don't know what I'm gonna cook next. It might be a brisket, ribs, something like that, but go ahead and follow me on my journey. And remember, if your barbecue was just good, you could have had better. We'll see you next time.